Nothing cuts deeper than being forced out of your own child's home. But nothing is sweeter than the moment the truth comes out and justice finally lands where it should. My name is Richard Halle, and what I'm about to tell you is a story I never imagined would be a part of my life. A story about betrayal, grief, greed, and ultimately the kind of poetic justice that only life itself could orchestrate. It all began after my daughter, Emma, passed away unexpectedly at just 32 years old. She was my heart, my only child, my entire world, and losing her felt like losing the sun itself. But even in her final days, even as she fought through pain none of us could imagine, she trusted one person besides me to care for her, her husband, Tyler. I wanted to believe he loved her the way she deserved. I wanted to believe he would honor her memory. But I was wrong. So very painfully wrong. After the funeral, I stayed with him at the house, my daughter's house. The one she bought before they married. The one she poured her soul into designing, decorating, and making into a home filled with warmth and laughter. I stayed not because I needed a place, but because Tyler insisted, saying he didn't want to be alone, saying he wanted someone who understood Emma to help him through the darkest days. At first I thought he meant well. Grief makes people cling to each other. But as the days passed, the tone changed. Slowly, subtly, then brutally. His words became sharp, his patience thin, his attitude cold. He stopped speaking to me unless he needed something. He stopped acknowledging that the house had once been Emma's pride. And then one evening, only a month after we buried my daughter, he dropped the mask entirely. I was sitting at the kitchen table, staring at one of Emma's photo albums when he walked in, leaned against the counter, and said in a flat voice, "I think it's time you leave." I looked up, confused. "Leave? Tyler," I thought. He cut me off. "This isn't a hotel. You can't stay here forever." Forever? I had planned to stay one more week, maybe two, until he felt grounded enough to be alone. So I tried to stay calm and said, "I'm not trying to stay long-term. I just thought we were helping each other through this." He rolled his eyes. "Look, Richard, I'm trying to move on. I don't need you hovering around reminding me of the past. This is my house now, not Emma's, so pack your things." My house, not Emma's. That sentence hit me like ice water down my spine. But what broke me wasn't the words, it was how quickly he dismissed her memory. I quietly packed my things, tears burning behind my eyes but refusing to fall. I walked out the front door with the same box of belongings I had walked in with, feeling like I had lost my daughter all over again. I didn't argue. I didn't fight. I didn't even tell him that I knew something he clearly didn't know. Instead, I drove home, sat in my living room alone, and felt the earth shift beneath me as reality settled in. The one person who should have shared my grief had turned his back on me entirely. Weeks passed. I heard nothing from him. No calls. No messages. Nothing, that is, until I received a letter from my daughter's attorney asking me to come in regarding matters related to Emma Hale's estate. And so, the truth began unraveling. I walked into the attorney's office nervous, unsure what to expect. The attorney, a gray-haired man named Mr. Dawson, shook my hand warmly and said, "Richard, I'm very sorry for your loss. But I'm glad you're here. Your daughter left very clear instructions." Clear instructions. Tyler had no idea what those words meant. Mr. Dawson opened a file, pulled out several documents and said, "Your daughter made changes to her will 6 months before her passing. She left her home, all of her assets, and her life insurance entirely to you." I froze. "All? To me?" He nodded. She stated, and I quote, "Tyler is careless and financially irresponsible. I cannot trust him with what I've built. My father has always protected me. He will use what I leave behind wisely." My heart twisted. She had been worried. And she never told me. Before I could process the emotions flooding me, Mr. Dawson continued, "Tyler has no legal claim to the house or any of her assets. He was never added to the deed. Everything legally belongs to you." And just like that, everything fell into place. He had kicked me out of a house that wasn't even his. He had thrown out the only person who truly loved Emma, without knowing that I was the one person standing between him and a very harsh reality. There's one more thing, the attorney added. Your daughter left a letter for you. My hands shook as I opened the envelope and saw Emma's handwriting, the same handwriting I had seen on birthday cards. Grocery lists and little sticky notes she used to leave on my fridge. Her letter was short, but it changed everything. Dad, if you're reading this, then things didn't go the way I hoped. Please don't feel guilty. Please don't blame yourself. I want you to be the one who decides what happens to the home I built. Don't let Tyler manipulate you. Protect yourself. I trust you. I broke down right there in that office. For the first time since she passed, I let myself cry. When I left the attorney's office, I didn't feel anger, I felt clarity. I wasn't going to be petty. I wasn't going to humiliate Tyler, I was simply going to do exactly what Emma asked. That afternoon, with the official documents in hand, I drove back to the house, my house. When Tyler opened the door and saw me, he smirked. Richard, you can't just show up. I held up the deed. This house belongs to me. The color drained from his face. What? No, that's not, Emma said. I cut him off. Emma left everything to me. You have no legal claim to this property. He sputtered. You can't do this. I live here. I looked at him with a calmness I didn't know I had. You forced me out of my daughter's home. Now I'm returning the favor, except I'm doing it legally. He threatened, argued, panicked, even tried to play the victim, but it didn't matter. The law was clear. Emma's will was clear. And justice, real justice, was finally landing where it belonged. I gave him 30 days to move out, which was far more grace than he ever gave me. During those 30 days, he didn't speak to me. Not once. Not even when he left the house for good, slamming the door behind him. But I didn't need his apology. What mattered was honoring my daughter's wishes. And the very day he moved out, I walked through the house, room by room, touching the walls she painted, the shelves she filled, the life she built. It no longer felt heavy. It felt like she was guiding me. Today I live in the house Emma loved. I maintain her garden. I keep her art on the walls. And I protect what she trusted me with. My daughter loved deeply, and she expected the same from the people in her life. Tyler failed that test. I didn't, and in the end, love, real love, was stronger than his greed.